Welcome to law number 2 of the series of the laws of the universe. Today we're going to be looking at the law of attraction, right? So if you haven't watched the previous video, I encourage you to check the link in the description so you can follow up from where we covered law 0 and law number 1 and what they are. So let's dive right into law number 2. All right, so welcome to Mighty's Success Blueprint. My name is Nicholas Mighty. I'm really excited to have you here today. Today we are going to be looking at law number 2, which is the law of attraction, right? So the law of attraction is quite interesting, right? Because it happens every day. And whether you like it or not, you've been living with this law. You know, this law has been impacting your life in several ways. Because nothing happens to you unless you summon it, unless you call it, unless you have really wanted it, you've desired it, right? With or without your knowledge. So that's very important to remember. And why are we covering these laws in the first place? Right, we are covering these laws so that we don't suffer, right? In business and in life, when you understand how the universe is structured, because there is so much order, it couldn't have happened by chance. Things are structured in a way, and that happens in the invisible realm as well. So it's very, very important that we get to learn how things work so that we are not frustrated, right? So that we can work together with these laws to build better lives, to build better businesses, and to become better people, right? To transform our lives as well, right? So today is the law number 2. If you haven't watched the previous law number 1, please check the link in the description. I stress that you watch this because it's very, very important. And law number 0, hey, make sure you check the link in the description so that you watch this as well, because law number 0 talks about love. And it's very, very important that you understand what that law is, because, hey, in that law, I actually covered how you can live above the law, right? Because there are so many laws. Hey, how are you going to observe them and, walk in this way and in that way so that you don't offend the universe, right? It's almost practically impossible. Like I said, we cover these as well so that you're kept informed and you're kept in the loop of things. You better, when you understand them, you will be able to actually look at your life or your business and say, hey, this is where things went wrong, or this is where I can make changes or amends. So the law of attraction, very important. Now you could state this in many ways, right? But I'm going to give you my own, right? You could state this in your own words. It states that positive thoughts, right, attract positive outcomes, right? And negative thoughts attract negative outcomes. That is my simple way to state this law. Right now, one of the popular books is actually The Secret, right? So most of you have come across The Secret by Rhonda. It's really a powerful book. One of these. It's really powerful. And I came across this book a few years ago, about 8 years ago, and it transformed my life for forever, right? So very, very, very amazing, this book, right? So when you read through, you get to understand a few things, but I'm going to read you a little summary in this book that will actually change the way you think about the law of attraction, right? So, hey, I'll read from the book. If you have the book, you can go to page 43. If you don't have it, you can still check the link in the description and get it for yourself, or you can go and buy it from any online stores, right? So, and a little summary for you, right? And it has about, 6-7 points. So first point is the law of attraction is a law of nature. It's impartial as the law of gravity, right? So it's just like, the law of gravity, the way it is, if you go up, you must come down. You will fall down if you let yourself go, right? Let's say you're on top of a building. If you just let yourself go, you will come down, right? If you jump up, you will come down. So that's just the way it is. And that's how the law of attraction actually works, right? So very, very important. The other point is nothing can come into your experience unless you summon it through persistent thoughts. Remember, persistent thoughts are very, very important. So what have you been thinking about? What's your life made of? You know, what are those things that you actually think about all the time? And this is where your friends matter. You know, the kind of associations that you have, they matter because they plant ideas, they plant thoughts in you, you know, with or without you knowing, right? With or without your consent. Very, very important. The third point is to know what you're thinking. Ask yourself, how are you feeling, right? Emotions are valuable tools that instantly tell us what we are thinking. Because many times you have so many thoughts that you can't keep tracking every time, you know. What am I thinking about? And oh, what was I thinking about? Let's say you catch yourself every now and then and you say, hey, what am I thinking about? Or what was I thinking about? So it's very important to remember that, hey, your feelings actually tell you, you know, how do you feel? You know, how do you feel, right? Your feelings actually tell you what you're thinking about, right? If you're feeling really sad, so it's very, very possible that you're actually having very sad thoughts. And that's where you flip the switch. And if you're feeling really, you know, happy and joyful, oh, then you must be feeling, you must be thinking about, you know, the good stuff or the positive stuff, which will actually help you. So sometimes it's difficult, but feelings can actually tell you. Very, very, very important to remember, right? Because many times people ask themselves, hey, how can I tell what I'm thinking all the time? What you're feeling, right? So the fourth point is it's impossible to feel bad and at the same time have good thoughts. It is impossible. And that's similar to the point that I just read out. It's impossible to feel bad and at the same time have good thoughts, right? So very, very important. Pay attention to your feelings. Everything was given to you as a guide, you know, to help you. Feelings are very, very, very important, right? The fifth point is your thoughts determine your frequency and your feelings tell you immediately what frequency you're on. Very important. When you feel bad, you are on a frequency of drawing more bad things. When you feel good, you're powerfully attracting more good things to you. Very, very important. So, hey, make sure you feel good about yourself. And there are many ways to do this. You know, you can change your company, change your friends. If your friends make you feel bad about yourself all the time, change them. And that's one thing that one day I took, I've been through this, I've been, with different types of friends, and I know the effect of company on your life is very, very important. So again, your thoughts determine your frequency, and your feelings tell you immediately what frequency you're on. When you feel bad, you're on a frequency that's drawing more bad things. Remember, your frequency is always going to draw more of what it's made of. Very important to remember from the law of attraction, right? So, point number 6, secret shifters such as pleasant memories, nature, or your favorite music can change your feelings and shift your frequency in an instant. Very, very important to remember, right? So if you want to really switch, if you want to help your thoughts, if you want to support yourself to think, because many times I speak to people about the law of attraction and people say, well, the first thing people say, well, how can I monitor? How can I help myself? I'm just negative, right? But there are ways to help yourselves, and I've just read some of them. And one of them is, the secret shifters, right? And you can do this. It could be nature, it could be music, it could be a past memory that feels lovely. One of the things that you can actually reproduce and think upon, and that helps you to shift your frequency in an instant. Remember that your frequency is attracting what it's made of. It's attracting a like. So very, very important. And the last point I'll read for you for today is the feeling of love. Not for today, I'm going to read something else, but this is the last point in the summary, right? Of that law of attraction and how you can help yourself to actually generate the thoughts that are actually supportive towards yourself, right? So the last point is the feeling of love is the highest frequency you can emit. The law 0. So check the link in the description and go watch this video on how you can live above the law. The feeling of love is the highest frequency that you can emit. The greater the love you feel and emit, the greater the power you are harnessing. Wow. love is one of the greatest forces. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. It's one way you can live above the law, right? I call it living above the law. You know, somebody says nobody's above the law. That's a lie. You know, you can actually live above the law. How do you live above the law? And I'm not talking about the laws that are made by governments and all those kind of things. I'm talking about, you know, living above the laws of the universe, living above punishment, because laws are made to get culprits and, of course, you know, execute judgment. But hey, you can skip all of that if you understand the law of love, right? And something really fascinating that I'm going to read for you, right? So, about losing weight, and I found this amazing. If you have the book, it's on page 58. So it says, let's look at using the creative process for those who feel they are overweight and want to lose weight. Let's say you want to lose weight. And this is something that is really fascinating, you know, an explanation of why weight loss pills and all those kind of things, most times, almost 90% of the time, don't work. And this is the explanation. The first thing to know is that if you focus on losing weight, you will attract back having to lose more weight. So get having to lose weight out of your mind is the very reason why diets don't work. Because you're focused on losing weight, so you must attract back continually having to lose more weight. Very amazing, right? And I hope that makes sense, but I'll give you a brief explanation of that, right? So when you focus on losing weight, you know, that feeling creates you having to lose more weight. And what's it gonna be for you to lose weight? You must have the weight. So you're going to always be in that position of losing weight. You're going to always attract the circumstances that get you to lose weight because you're focusing on losing weight. So very, 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 very important. I think that the best thing you can focus on is health, right? And you know, probably something else that you want to achieve, you can focus on the result, right? You can fill your mind with the result of what you want to get. What you want to get is not losing weight, right? What you want to get is the body type or the body that you actually want to get. And you can get your mind, you know, filled with this. You can get yourself focused on this result and it will change everything. And that's a law of attraction for you, right? So again, we are covering these laws so that we benefit, so that we skip the hassle that's to do with, you know, living without understanding, right? You know, I read from somewhere in the Bible, in the book of Proverbs, that, you know, whatever it costs, get understanding, right? And it's one of the ways, this is one of the areas in which I think it's very, very important that you become very clear, getting to understand these laws. So I will share this every Friday. So keep an eye on your notifications if you've clicked the notifications bell. And if you're subscribed to this channel, you will definitely receive these videos. But I'll tell you what, these are life-changing, they are transforming, and I know that your life will never be the same. So hey, thank you very much. Drop me some comments. Let me know what you think about the stuff that I've shared. It's really amazing and it's really transformed my life for forever, right? Ever since I came across this book, right, that talks about the law of attraction, which is a secret, my life changed. And I'm telling you, I'm living the dream, right? So thank you very much. But hey, drop me comments, let me know. Don't forget to leave a comment and don't forget to share this. Don't just watch it and march on. Share it with a friend. If you really, really, really love to help others and to support others to get the best stuff out of their life, then share with them this channel and this particular video and say, hey, I love you. That's why I share this stuff. So thank you very much and I'll see you next Friday, which is law law number 3 of the laws of attraction. So thank you and see you next week. Bye-bye.